Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another Overlord, Lord of Nazarick video. In this video, we'll be talking about the new character that have been dropped, which is Lupusregina, the wolf one. But first of all, we have an update notice from the devs. They said it in the notices. I don't know if it will show up if I click the notice again, but it have a... Okay, here we go. So greetings, Supreme One. We have acknowledged the issue with the Astral Journey event. Our team is actively working to resolve this matter. They didn't solve the matter yet, but they will solve it soon. So basically, when you get to the 100 summon, you can't claim and get Lupus. There's a problem, but you will get her eventually. They will fix this error, and I think, yeah, that's it. And we have her also, her outfit. So her outfit looks absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna go and summon for the outfit. I'm gonna go summon for her, but I'm gonna wait a little bit to make another video with the summoning, with everything else for the Arclight, for her, for everything. This video will be gonna talking about her and how are we gonna describe her and what sets she's gonna go and use. And I think here's the Astral Journey, the problem here. So when you get to the 100 summons, the star proof doesn't give you Lupus. For some reason, you get everything, but it doesn't give you Lupus. So hopefully they fix it soon. We're gonna go and check out her skills. And of course, we're gonna talk about her basic stats. Absolutely fantastic, all-rounded unit. On speed, she's not the worst, yet she's not the best, she's mediocre. Magical defense is not bad. Defense is decent, HP is decent, and attack almost an S rating attack. At 3k, I think it goes to S rating, or at 2,950, it goes for S rating, which is absolutely great. Okay, she's a hard, heavy hitter, built on crit rate. As you see, she has a minimum of 21% crit rate. It means if you play her on Vert Mari set, which I don't recommend, but on Termination set, which I highly recommend, she will be absolutely a beast. She has high crit damage, so you build her on crit damage. So crit rate, crit damage, EP, maybe some sets or some enchantments with EP that would help you. But if you want to go for her to deal maximum damage, you go with full attack because she's a bleed unit, and every single tick of bleed allows you to capitalize on that in a positive way. So let's talk about her passive first. Wolf Blood Plague. So Lupusregina unleashes the Wolf Blood Plague deathly power. When Lupusregina is present, damage dealt to enemy targets with bleed increased by 3%. This 3% goes up to 12%. Okay, that's when you level up her passive, her skill. It means anybody that attacks these units while she's present on the field that they have bleed, she will apply all of the extra damages on them. So everybody will capitalize on that, which is great. So immediately, because of this passive, she synergizes with any lineup you wish to play against. So she can be on a lineup, she does the AoE, everybody gets the bleed, then you can go and actually deal more damages against that. This makes her an unbelievable good bossing unit. We'll be talking about why, because of her Arclight, and we'll be talking about her Arclight and how much it's important. So, when an enemy target with bleed dies, the stacks of bleed on the enemy transfers to another with the fewer stacks, or prioritizing the one with the fewest stacks. Basically, you have bleed on everybody on the lineup. You have one with 10, one with 8, one with 7, one with 6, okay? So you kill the one with the 10, it doesn't go to the 8 or the 7, it goes for the one with the 6, so you capitalize on that and make it even better. So, with each bleed transform from Wolf Plague, the upper limit on bleed stacks for enemies increased by one up to 10 times, and here for every times the bleed triggers, it increases up to 10 times. These two conditions will not be met unless you get to 4 stars. When you get to 4 stars, they go up to 5 times if they trigger, or if you use Wolf Blood Plague, and it goes up to 10 stacks if you get it to 6 stars. The pivotal point for you is to get it to 4 stars, and she will be active, and 15 stacks you're gonna get on your enemies. Immediately triggers bleed transferred by Wolf Plague upon the transfer. So immediately you trigger the bleed and you continuously have the bleed on them. And as we said, the bleed goes for 12%. This is only her passive, which is absolutely nice. Now, as we know that the bleed is 25% of the influencer attack, so you build her on more attack and they will take more damages. Let's talk about her first skill. So Crimson Moon Waltz. She attacks a single enemy target with the dance of death or something like that deals damage equal to 100% of attack. A hit that grants 100 basic chance to inflict 1 stack of bleed for 2 rounds. So it's with EP, you can increase it with a basic chance, but you're gonna get a 50% basic chance if you get it to level 4. So the damage is increased to 110. Deals damage equal to 115 attack. A hit that have 50% a chance or fixed chance to trigger bleed. So you inflict the bleed with EP, you have a fixed chance to pop the bleed for when you hit them at the same time, and the damage is increased to 120%, which is huge actually. Let's read the second skill now. It's an AoE. This is the only AoE skill that she has, which is on her second skill. You might love or want to spam this skill more than spamming the ultimate. The ultimate, maybe if you want to one-shot somebody and you have all the stacks on them, we'll be talking about that, or you want to life steal off of them. So if you're playing against somebody like Valkyrie Shaltir, so she's tanky, she will not die immediately, she will take 2 turns or multiple to die. You can go and attack her with the ultimate and heal out of that, and I'll be talking about it in a minute. So Lupus bears her fangs, attacking all enemy targets, launches a 2-hit attack. Each hit deals 40% attack, it means 80% in total. Each hit has a 75% basic chance to inflict 1 stack of bleed for 2 rounds. The skill goes for -1 cooldown. It goes up to 50%. It means you hit them in total for 100% as an AoE, which is good. It's decent. Each hit has 100% fixed chance to inflict 1 stack of bleed for 2 rounds, which is absolutely nice. It goes from 75% to a fixed chance. It means no EP, no ER can counter that unless you have debuff immunity, which is the only case that you can not get a bleed from a fixed chance. The ultimate, Night of Hunting. Tremble Prey, blah blah blah, we're not gonna talk about it. It's a single target, it has a debuff, and it's a multi-hit, which will hit absolutely insane. So launches a 3-hit attack, each hit dealing damage of 70%. Each hit, it means 7 by 3, which is 210% of an attack, which is huge actually. It's not a small hit. Somebody was telling me she only hit with the ultimate by 70%. It's 3 times, okay? So 210%. Each hit has a 75% basic chance to inflict a stack of bleed on the target for 2 rounds. Using this skill has a 100% basic chance to inflict Wolf Blood mark on the target for 2 rounds. Now, Wolf Blood is really good, especially for sustainability and for bossing. A debuff that cannot be dispelled converts 30% of the bleed damage taken by the market target into healing for Lupus herself. Not for anybody, it's for herself. She's really a selfish unit, but the way that she's selfish with, it's for her to survive, and the damages are done from her. So basically whatever bleed she's doing back, healing by 30% for herself, which is great. After the target with Wolf Mark takes action, Lupusregina launches Scarlet Wrath at the target. What is Scarlet Wrath? Deals damage equal to 75% of attack, a hit that has a 100 basic chance to inflict a stack of bleed on the target for 2 rounds, which is a follow-up attack. So you do the 210% of attack, then you add up 75% when she does the Scarlet Wrath, which is absolutely nice. Now at 5-star, using this skill has 100 basic chance of increasing the duration of bleed that is triggered on the target. So because you trigger the bleeds more and more with this character, so basically you're gonna consume a lot of bleed, because bleed is for 2 rounds and you might consume it immediately if she doesn't go hit back to back. So this one will increase the duration, so it goes by 1, which in total make the bleed for 3 rounds if it's not triggered yet. Using this skill has a 100 basic chance to inflict healing block. So this is one of the great mechanics in the game. You want to get it to level 2. Healing block is absolutely fantastic. You can go and destroy your units. Now, of course, we know that dispelling is something of a meta right now, and you can dispel with everybody, especially using Maxim set, using anybody on the lineup that can dispel from a healer and having Maxim set on them. But again, heal block is one of the most insane things that you can do to a unit, especially if you're playing against the counter team for Isekai. You can do heal block on 1 or 2 annoying enemies, and then you can go and kill them after that. If you have buff block also, you can pair them up, heal block and buff block, so they don't heal to sustain. They have buff block, so they don't shield and they don't take indomitable. Okay, so the attack increases up to 86%, which is huge, almost 100%. That's 100, 300, or 200, let's say, and 60% or 270% in total of a hit on the enemy. Each hit has a 100 basic chance to inflict 1 stack of bleed for 2 rounds. So she also has increase up to 100%. I wouldn't build her specifically strictly on EP, but it would help if she was built on EP. She would do a lot of damage, in my opinion. And yeah, I would focus on her second skill. Now, unless it's a bossing or a unit that you need to completely shut down or kill immediately after you stack up a lot, so you need to spam your second skill, especially for people that love to play Vert Mari set like me. I will always play Vert Mari on these characters. I would spam the second skill until everybody has the bleed because it's an AoE, and then I just pick one character or one target on the enemy lineup to shut them down. If there's a lot of synergies to play, there's a lot of units to play with her. What I'm gonna say, I will recommend lineups. I will be making a separate video for lineups for these new characters that have been released. But basically what you want to play her on is either Termination set. If you want Vert Mari set also for spamming, that's up to you, because both of them has the crit rate that will get you up to almost 35% or 36%. And you can play the Executioner set, which allows her to capitalize on every single debuff on the enemies, okay? And she adds attack for herself, so she will be increasingly dealing more damage. Let's talk about her Arclight now, which I love a lot. One of the best Arclights in the game, in my opinion, for a character specifically. The game ends here. You can see her in here. So when in battle, a bleed damage nullifies the target's defense by 30%, which makes her a top tier bossing unit, especially when you get it to 6 stars. It will go to 60%, and it does stack with Termination set. It means you nullify 30% of the defense on your own, plus the 60% on her Arclight, which goes for everybody on your lineup, which is absolutely huge. It means you're nullifying 90% of their defense. Imagine now you're having Hamsky on the same team. That's a potential one-shot from 100 to 0 from the start. Her Arclight is super important. I highly recommend get it to 3 stars at least, if you can summon for it, and then slowly build her from this patch, or get her to 4 star, upgrade her bonds, and this is how we want to go with this. My last thoughts on Lupus: very decent unit, top tier unit. Now she's the best damage dealer in the game, so by far, between single target, between AoE, and this is why she's limited. Is she better than Idol Shaltir? Still, Idol Shaltir have a better function in the buff block or in the follow-up attacks. You can play them both together, but as a damage user, total in power, she enables everybody to be actually good, because she increases their attacks that they're doing and they ignore the defenses with her Arclight. But in general, she's I think the best damage dealer right now in the entire game. She stands alone on the throne. And yeah, that was it for Lupusregina. Let me know about you. What do you think? Are you gonna summon for her? And I highly recommend everybody to go summon for her. Do not sleep on this, especially for characters that are starting the game and they don't understand how much scarce is the advanced resetter, which it allows you to reset a character. What I would say is not going for her summons. Go for her Arclight, summon 100 times on her Arclight, or at least summon until you get her Arclight at least once, and then you can go and summon for her. And when you get her, you get her. If you don't get her, if you reach to the 100 summons, you're gonna get the Astral or the Star Proof from the Astral Journey, and you will guarantee yourself 100% a copy of Lupus, and you're gonna get her. Okay, so don't be afraid of like, oh, I might not have her. You might get shafted on the Arclight for the first time, or no, second time you guarantee it. I think it's a 100 or it's a 75%. It's a 50-50%. Okay, it's still 50-50, damn. So you might get shafted on summoning this, and if you continue, you might get it, and you guarantee yourself that you're gonna get the proof so you can get Lupus. Don't do it today. I'm waiting. I'm not gonna do the summon until they update the game, because so far they're not giving you Lupus. It happened before, they fixed it. They give you back a lot of compensation, so don't worry about that. And yeah, that was it for the video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.